laying underneath Purdey.
Hello, Mrs.
Yeah, so we're laying underneath Purdey, looking at how the roll cage and everything is fitted in because of the fuel tank situation. So this is the underside of Purdey's seat box. This is under the driver's seat. And originally we were going to have a supplementary fuel tank in the back of Purdey, but under the new rules that's complicated and it needs to be homologated. So we're thinking that we need to do something else. So a 90 fuel tank, as in the one that you saw us take out of Delilah recently, would sit here with the sort of high bit here and then the tongue coming along here. What we're looking at is to see where we can, well, this part is the same on a 90 as on a 110 with this little cutout here where a fuel pipe can go through and then up to the filler cap. What we're trying to work out is whether we can fit a 90 tank in here as a supplementary tank. One minor thing that we lost on Santana from Purdey was the bolt that should hold the flap or the vent, whatever you want to call it, in place. So you can see that there is one in that side, and one morning we noticed that this side didn't have one, so it's usefully held together with a cable tie at the moment, but we have a new bolt, so we might as well replace it. So this is the replacement bolt for the flap. This is a stainless steel bolt. It's a little bit different to the standard Land Rover ones, and Jonathan would argue the standard ones are better. It's like a split pin on standard, but we like these, they're quite nice. So as we're refitting these little bolts, we're going to put thread lock on them to try and stop it coming undone again. A little bit fiddly, isn't it? That's better. Purdey's got proper flat pins now. And we do like our flaps. We made a special effort to keep these. A lot of the rally cars, Defenders seal these up, but we like our flaps. We wonder, thinking about it, if when Blue Lizard did the wrap that they actually took the flaps off and maybe didn't do it up quite as tight as it needed to be. So we're just going to clean and redo all of these pins. A bit of Loctite on each end and that should sort it out, because we don't want our flaps flapping any more than they're supposed to. Just going to show you on Priscilla the standard pins that go into these flaps. So I don't know if you can see, it's like a split pin that obviously just opens out to put tension on. Sometimes a pain to get off if they're rusted in, which is why we thought we'd go for the stainless steel ones. We have another little job to do on Purdey today. When we put these bolts into the dry flange, we didn't have the correct bolts, and because everything before Santana was a little bit of a rush, we didn't actually get around to change them. And then on the rally, Ian from IRB said, oh, you've got the wrong bolts in, which he's absolutely correct about. So what we're going to do now is change them for, show me the new bolts and what they're called. Patch lock bolts. They're higher tensile than the ones that are in there, and apart from that, what's special about them?
Got that gunge on it.
Okay, does that sort of stop bolts coming out? Because we like things that stops bolts coming out these days. So let's get these changed. Now rather than take the entire dry flange off, we're going to do them one at a time and replace each one. They look better as well because they're black.
So that's 8.8, which is,
That's the old bolt that we've just taken out.
and this is 10.9. And there is an even higher one, 12 point something.
What torque do they have to go to?
65.
65 Newton meters of torque. And repeat on the other side. As always, when you're going to put a bolt in with a hammer gun, if you start it by hand first, it stops it cross threading. Into Purdey is for safety reasons. Obviously we've got the roll cage. One of the other things that we have to have under the rules are extinguishers. So today I've got a parcel with extinguishers in. So we've gone for 2 different extinguishers. Oh, gosh, this is a big box and I might have to go and get something to open this because it's all sealed up really well, like a Christmas present. So this is the extinguisher that's going to go in the front of the car. They both have the same extinguishant in them, they're just different shapes. This one is to come here in the back. We have to have 2 that comply. And this one, I should be able to get out and show you. Let me put this one over here. Both of them are 2.4 kilo extinguishers because the extinguishant is called AFFF. I don't actually know what that is, but the regulation is that it has to be a 2.4 kilo extinguisher, and they're quite tricky to get out of the box, so come back in a minute and I'll show you them. So this is the OMP extinguisher, which is kind of quite sexy actually. It's the black edition. I thought that black is better in the cab because then we don't get any reflections, which you quite often do with brighter colours. We've got to both be able to get hold of this in case of an emergency. So it has to live down here between the seats. And we've got these brackets that came with it that need to be fixed in place. And then the extinguisher is going to sit down here like so, and then it's actually held in place with these straps that go under the brackets and round the extinguisher, which are pretty heavy duty. So that's really good. So we'll get that fitted in place. What it does mean is that we can't use the kit bricks, which is a real shame because that worked really well. So we're going to come up with, that's the royal we, we're going to come up with another little storage solution that kind of fits round the extinguisher. So we're going to have a section here where we can put our cereal bars and things that we need to grab. And then what I'd like is a smaller box at the back, which is a bit taller, with a lid that's secure that we can put vehicle documents and important stuff in. So that's to do. Let me show you the one in the back. Okay, this is the other extinguisher that we've got. You can see this has a different sort of mounting arrangement, less robust probably than the one in the front, but it'll still be fine. It's a different shape. We haven't 100% decided where this is going to go in the back. Now this is red, so it's easy to see. I'm kind of thinking that perhaps to put it in between the wheels where it doesn't take up too much space, is easily accessible, but is that too far back if something happens and we need to open the door and grab it? I don't know. We're looking at options. Another option, which you have to sort of swing around a little bit, is to sort of mount it here somewhere next to the compressor, which is a little bit easier to get to. So we're going to look at those options and we'll let you know where this one goes. Nobody said this was going to be easy, did they? So we're just checking the fitting on this extinguisher before installing it in Purdey. Now, when this clip is back, this loop, shall we say, should go around this hook clearly. So it goes through the mounting bracket, around the extinguisher, and then they should go together. Clearly they don't go together. I actually looked closer than that a minute ago, so I don't know what I've just moved, but they don't go together, do they? They really don't. And there is no other way to mount it. So we're now looking at this, and there's 3 holes here. So we wonder if this has been fixed in the wrong place. So we're now going to try drilling that out and refixing it and see if we can get it to actually hold the extinguisher. If we're looking at this, this is how it would be when the clip is back. So that's probably 1 centimetre out. I've got that off now. Okay. So moving that clip up, the distance between these 2 holes looks to be about the same as the distance that doesn't fit. But when you take that clip off on the bar, we'd have to make a new hole here. That's doable. So we're just going to try 1 rivet in and see if this actually works. But we could put some of that sticky back foam in to make up.
Yeah, but that's
ridiculous.
Weird.
That seems really loose, and yet it was too tight before. So now we have to drill a new hole here in the strap. Having moved this, it's now on the loose side. So we're going to put a piece of rubber onto the inside of this strap just to tighten that up a bit. Might need more than 1 piece, but we're going to try 1 piece at the bottom to start off with and see how we go. Now with that modification of the clip, that's now done up and holding the extinguisher. What a faff. With that modification effective, we can move on to making the storage box. Now this requires woodworking, which honestly is Chris's first love. It's not really building cars, so he's in his element making this little box for Purdey. I'm just showing you this box, this storage solution that Chris has made. He's quite clever like that. So this is made from MDF, so it's not too heavy. It fits around the extinguisher, and it's given us storage in here for things that we just want to grab. And then this box at the back is going to have a lid on it, so we can put sort of more secure things into there. It's just going to have like an elastic comes down over a hook to secure that lid, and I might upholster that, I don't know. And it's all going to be painted black, and then we can put some of the things that are currently in here and go into our little box. So it's easy for us both to just grab things. And I'm thinking that, you know, it's very important, you've got to have your lippy when your lips get dry. That sort of stuff all goes into that little compartment there. This is for snacks that we just need to grab on the go. We'll have our camelbacks for water, and I think that's pretty damn good. We're at the end of another week. First, I'd like to apologise for not doing part 2 of the rev counter installation yet. We had visitors at the beginning of the week and it was red hot, and we didn't get as much done as we hoped. What we have done, however, now is got the lid on this little seat box. So I'm going to paint that black, see if I've got something to upholster the top of that. That'll look really good. Now, next week, we hope to be able to bring you that finished. but we have a little road trip. Well, I have a little road trip. Purdey and I have a little road trip to the UK. We've got some exciting things to do, some stuff to collect. We've got a visit to our tuning partners at Empire Tuning. And on a personal note, I need to go and see my parents. So the rev counter fitting will have to wait until I get back to France. But next week should be quite exciting, and we've got some special surprises for you. So remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.